The Chicago Bears have a lot to look forward to this offseason. Not only do they have the number 1 pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, but they also have north of $100 million in salary cap space to spend. General Manager Ryan Poles has been working to overhaul the roster, and he will have no shortage of resources to do so. This will include bringing in plenty of new faces through free agency and the draft. First of all, support the channel. Subscribe and leave your like. It is very valuable to us. We have a lot of work to do, but we're excited about the opportunity to improve our team. We're going to be aggressive in free agency and the draft, but we also want to make sure we retain some of our key players. Among the key players on the team, there are 4 players in particular who are eligible for a contract extension. These players include Mooney, Johnson, Kmet, and Montgomery. Mooney has been a key part of the Bears' offense since being drafted in the 5th round in 2020, and he's someone Poles will look to lock down for the foreseeable future. He recently changed agencies and joined Athletes First, which suggests an extension could be imminent. Mooney has been one of Fields' most reliable targets, and considering Chicago needs to surround Fields with viable weapons, re-signing Mooney is a move that makes perfect sense. He was coming off a 2021 campaign where he established himself as the team's top wideout with 81 passes for 1,055 yards and 4 touchdowns. Johnson has been a key contributor in the secondary since his rookie season, where he quickly established himself as a rising cornerback. Johnson has served as the Bears' CB1 for the last 2 seasons, where teams have tried to avoid throwing his way. But Johnson has also held his own with some of the NFL's best wide receivers, including Devontae Adams and A.J. Brown. While Johnson only has 1 interception in 3 seasons, he's proven to be impactful when healthy. Considering Chicago is thin at cornerback, and with Johnson's production, signing him to an extension seems inevitable. Johnson said last season that he's hoping to sign an extension and continue to be a Bear throughout my career. It only took 3 seasons, but we finally got to see the kind of impact Kmet can have in this Bears offense. Kmet had a breakout year, where he led the Bears in receptions, 50, passing yards, 544, and touchdowns, 7, also a career high. The fact that Kmet had that kind of production in the league's worst passing offense speaks volumes to the addition of Luke Getsy, and how Kmet can be utilized moving forward. Kmet became arguably Fields' most reliable weapon, where he was able to pick up yards when the team needed them. Listening to Poles talk about Kmet's performance in 2022, it seems like a given that he'll work to keep the former 2nd-round pick in Chicago for the long term. Entering the final year of his rookie deal, look for Kmet to once again be featured in the passing game. Montgomery's situation is different than the other 3, as he's the only one set to hit free agency this year. So if a deal is going to get done, it needs to happen this offseason. Montgomery has been one of the Bears' most consistent offensive players since he was drafted in 2019. The former 3rd-round pick is a physical runner, a solid blocker, and a dependable pass catcher. However, given the emergence of Khalil Herbert, it remains uncertain if the team will choose to re-sign him. Ryan Poles, at the press conference, "We want to re-sign Montgomery, but we have to make sure it makes sense for the team. We'll be evaluating all our options and making the best decision for the future of the franchise. It will be interesting to see how these negotiations unfold and how these players will fit into the team's plans for the future. Only time will tell what the future holds for the Chicago Bears. I'll update you with more news soon. Help us by subscribing to the channel and leaving your like.